Welcome to Boonville. Dan Challen with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. Ready to bring you this matchup in the PGCBL. The Stallions making their first ever trip to the Lumberjacks since we've started recording stats. Should be a good one. AJ, your broadcast debut. Welcome to the Pack Hub broadcast booth. What do we have to look forward to in this game?
Second game of the season. I think that the Stallions have a lot to look forward to. After a great flawless game yesterday on an 11-0 win to Oneonta Outlaws, I think this is going to be a better matchup. I think that they have to lock in and settle in for a win today. It's a big day for them.
Definitely a big day indeed coming to the bat right now. Mario Trivella, last game, AJ, if you remember, he homered against Oneonta, looking to continue some of that success here today. The Army's going up against, it's Cole Bacava. Cole himself is a Century College product, 6'2", 200 pounds, 19.2 innings pitched with a 3.6 ERA this past season with Century. 2-0 count, Trivella gets up early. Cole Backham, once again, the Century College product, making his first start. Hasn't pitched yet in the PGCBL. And it's also the Lumberjacks home opener. Saugerties wrapping up this two-game road trip here tonight and then opening up this season tomorrow against Amsterdam at home, which everybody is looking forward to. That's going to be a great game.
It's going to be a packed game, Dan. A lot of people are going to be there.
So Trivella works a 4-pitch walk. It's his first walk of the season, and the Stallions have a runner on early. Bayram Hot coming to the plate now, the Marist product. Didn't have a hit last game, 3 at-bats, but scored 2 runs and got walked once. So looking to get his first hit of the season, and it's a great time, too, with the speedy Trivella at first. Backham deals. It's outside. Hasn't thrown a strike yet. That's 5 straight balls to start the game. Backham sets. He now deals. Still hasn't been able to find the strike zone. 2-0. Hot went to Maris this past season. Now in the portal, just like his teammate Ethan Conrad. Both of them finding new homes this offseason. The pickoff play. Trivella's back easily. Hot this past season, batted .278 in 55 games with just about 200 ABs. Still looking for his first hit as a Stallion. Backham deals, that one's fouled off. First strike of the game, comes 6 pitches in. Live from Boonville. The Stallions' first trip when the Lumberjacks visited the Stallions in 2022. Saugerties won 3 games. They lead the series, 4-game series all time, and all the games they played 3-1. And the Stallions won 11-1 against the Lumberjacks last time out in 2022 under head coach Colin Martin. Trivella steals the throw down. He is safe easily.
I feel like you had to expect the steal there, Dan, right?
Trivella's a speedy guy. It's his first stolen base of the season. And now the Stallions have a runner in scoring position with nobody out and a 3-1 count. Backham sets. Here's the pitch. Hot swing straight through it. It's a full count. Hot looking to drive Trivella in from second early on in this game. 3-2, nobody out. Here comes Backham to the plate. This one is rocked to deep right center field. It might be on the track. It's gone!
What a shot, Dan. Wow.
Byram Hot goes yard for the Stallions, and it's a quick 2-0 Pony lead. That was a strike.
That was opposite field too, Dan. That was right center. I'm pretty sure that's almost the furthest part of the field.
Hot's first hit of the season comes by way of the long ball, and the Stallions are up 2-0 in the top of the first.
Off the bat, Dan, I thought that was gone. Off the bat, I really had no doubt with that.
And now you want to talk about a guy that can keep it going? Ethan Conrad at the plate. Batted .397 this past season. He almost went yard last night in Oneonta.
With the right field at 320, Dan,
He lines this one to right. It's snagged there by the second baseman.
The lefties might have a field day today, Dan. With the 320 right field, a lot of these guys have a lot of power to do that.
Pelliser there for the Lumberjacks, and even with hard contact, Conrad not able to get on base. So 1 out now in the top of the first, and coming to the plate is Jarrett May, the first baseman. May last night, 2 plate appearances, 1 hit, batting .500 so far. Had an RBI against the Outlaws as well. 2-0 here in the top of the first from Boonville. 0-1 count. That's a strike. You look at Backham's number, he only had a 3.6 ERA in 19 innings pitched this season with Century College. That number already hovering here in his first PGCBL start.
Seeing a player like Barham Hott is not an easy player to face.
Not at all. But May goes down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and it'll bring up Jean-Michael Cuello, the right fielder. Cuello, the South Florida State commit, still hasn't played any of his college ball. As he just graduated high school, went to Gulf Coast High School down in Florida and looking to make an impact here with the Stallions. That one there is a ball, 2-0 count. Backham comes set, he deals. Fouled off to the left side, 2-1. 2 outs, and AJ, we talk about hot starts. It seems like the Stallions had that last night, going up 8-0 in the third inning with an eventual 11-0 win in 7 innings. And it seems like they're trying to do that right here, right now.
They're poking the ball all around the field right now.
2-2 count. Or excuse me, 2-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Backup trying to settle back in after Hott took him yard for the second Stallions home run of the season. Here's the pitch. The off speed got him strike 3. So the scoreboard was wrong. I was right. Still, the Stallions put up 2 runs off the Bayrum Hott home run. The Lumberjacks coming to bat. We'll be right back here on the Stallions YouTube channel. Welcome back to Boonville. Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto in the Pack-Up broadcast booth. I don't know if you necessarily call us a booth. We're standing on the first base line here in Boonville, but we're making it work and giving you Stallions baseball. On the mound for the Stallions, it's Marciano Neglia. Neglia, a right-handed pitcher, standing at 5'10", weighing in at 163, a rising junior. He's a local kid from Saugerties and goes to college at Dominican College in Rockland, New York. We saw a great start last night from Pettit, and I think Neglia is going to try and replicate that here tonight.
It's gonna be interesting to see the way they're gonna take this advice from hopefully Coach Rich Doobie from the first game and take it into the second. It was a great show from Nick Pettit with 3 innings, 6 Ks. So let's see if Neglia can do that again today.
Pitching was solid last night. Only 2 hits given up in the entire game. 4 errors for the Outlaws. That was a big storyline as well. But the Stallions pitching clean throughout. Jace Van Valkenburg coming in at the end to close out the game. It was a comprehensive performance from the top down, and it needs to be replicated once again here tonight. As for Boonville, coming up to the plate is number 29, Ethan Acevedo, the center fielder. Last night, 1 at-bat in their loss to Watertown, where they fell 7-3. Neglia gets it started with a strike. Acevedo, 1 at-bat, he had a stolen base, but no hits. Has an average of 0 so far. Neglia deals. The pitch is looped to right field. That one is in the corner. It could be gone. It's a jumping try and catch by Coelho. He'll fire it in. That one almost got out of here, but not to be.
Dan, we just mentioned that short right field fence standing at 320. And was that second pitch, if I remember correctly? Yeah, second pitch. Right to the fence, jumping try grab by Coelho, and just fell short of it.
You know, it's almost like we're at Yankee Stadium. It's 320 out there in the right corner. It's 311 at Yankee Stadium. But regardless, Acevedo off with a double to start his night. Coming up to plate now is Carter Sorty, the shortstop, batting .333 in 3 at-bats last night, had a hit and a walk. We saw this last night, too. While Pettit did have a clean start overall, he did face trouble in the first inning with runners at third and second.
As a pitcher, I think you just got to rely on your defense. I think that's the biggest part.
Here's the pitch. Fouled off. It'll be a strike, 0-1. That one's a ball, and going to third easily without any trouble is Acevedo. And Boonville is threatening to tie up this game early on. Or not tie up this game, cut the lead in half. But tying run is at the plate. Sorty this season played his ball at University of Wisconsin Parkside. Batted .265 in 49 games played. That one's fouled off to the left side. 19 RBIs, went yard 3 times. Looking to try and do that right here and tie this game at 2. 1-2 count here in Boonville. Neglia comes set. Here's the pitch. Just misses with the off speed. 2-2. Neglia deals. That one's high. Full count. 3-2. Nobody left in the inning. Or no outs in the inning. AJ, you're a catcher yourself in high school. What are you calling here, 3-2?
I'm calling a slider outside. He's not trying to bite that fastball. I think a slider catch him off guard, 3-2 count here.
The pitch is popped up to the left side in foul territory. It's caught easily. No worries for Hott. 1 out in the inning. So with 1 out, now coming to the plate is number 32, Jax Miller, the right fielder. Doesn't have a hit so far this season. Miller plays his college ball at Walsh University. Stands at 6'1". Neglia being mindful of the runner at third. Deals a ball. Miller this past season batted .263, starting 46 games. Ball 2. Miller still without a hit so far in this PGCBL season. Had nothing last night in the Lumberjacks' 7-3 loss at Watertown, but did have a walk. So looking to drive in that runner from third. This one's popped up on the infield. Hovering over it is Anderson, and he's got it for out number 2. Zach Anderson, the catcher, his first start for the Stallions this season.
Yeah, it's from last night. Josh Blackmore had a great start behind the plate. Nothing got behind him.
And they had that great strikeout double play.
Yes, right to second, hosed him right at second base, on the money.
Coming up with 2 outs now is number 15, Joseph DeMass. He's the DH tonight for the Lumberjacks. Neglia deals. That's a strike. Last night, DeMass with a hit, 2 RBIs in 4 plate appearances. Here's the pitch. That one gets away, and coming home now is Acevedo. He's safe at the plate. Acevedo steals himself home. He had a stolen base last night, now makes it back-to-back games with stolen bases, and the Lumberjacks are on the board. It's 2-1.
Such a close play. That could have went either way, Dan.
Yeah, Anderson got it to Neglia in time. Just didn't seem like he could get the tag down, and it allows Acevedo to get himself all the way around the bases.
I think that was half a step. From our angle, that was very, very close.
Definitely a close play, but unlike last night, the home team has scored a run.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something that the Stallions are used to yet.
Definitely not. The pitch by Neglia is just trying to find himself out there on the mound right now. 3-1 count.
Dan, looking around, there's a big hill with just chairs and a ton of people. Move the camera.
Yeah, you can see up there. The way this Boonville field is set up is it's an entire hill on the left side, and everyone just pulls their cars up and watches over.
It's a great view.
Neglia on a 2-1 count. This one's rocked to center field, but no problems. Ford's got it for out number 3. The Stallions limit the damage, and they're coming to bat in the top of the second. 2-1, Saugerties. Back here in Boonville, Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. And what was an exciting first inning of action, lots of scoring. We stand at 2-1 going into the top of the second in the Pac Cup broadcast booth. AJ, what have you seen so far?
I mean, like you said, Dan, that's the first run that the Stallions defense have given up so far. An 11-0 win yesterday. Now it's a 2-1 ball game, close game, 2 great teams. It's a great night to watch some baseball.
It's a great night outside as well. Temperatures around 70 degrees here in Boonville. About a 3-hour drive up from Saugerties. It was a little bit long, but we're here. We're happy to bring you Stallions baseball. And now coming to the plate to try and kick off this top of the second is Zach Anderson, the catcher, who hasn't played a game yet this season for the Stallions. Settling into the game, or at least trying to, Cole Backham after giving up that 2-run shot to Byram Hott in the top of the first with nobody out. Here's the pitch by Backham. That's a strike.
Dan, the off-speed looks like it's kind of the primary pitch today. I've seen a ton of off-speed.
From
in
both
these,
guys.
Yes, in these first 6 batters, I've seen a ton of off-speed pitches.
Pitch is grounded to short. Storty's got it. He throws it over to Hernandez.
Dan, that was 3 off-speeds in a row, Dan.
It was, and in Anderson's first at-bat, he grounds out to short. Now coming to the plate is another guy who hasn't played yet for the Stallions, number 12, Justin Ford, out in center field tonight. Fouled off to the right side. Ford, the Roxbury, New Jersey native, a rising sophomore at Seton Hall.
Seton Hall is a great baseball team, and I want him to show his skills in this game today.
He's one of the players that didn't get played last night, but definitely somebody to look out for on the Stallions roster all season long.
I agree, Dan.
Speaking of, Ford lines it to center, taken in by Acevedo, and there's 2 out in the inning. So after letting up the 2-run home run to Byram Hott, Cole Backham's really settled in well to this game. Still looking for his first strikeout, though. At the plate for the Stallions, Anthony Marcano playing at third tonight. Last night, had a hit, scored twice, and was walked once. So batting .333 in 3 at-bats so far this season. Marcano, the UMass Lowell product, grounds this one to short. Story missed it, and this one goes into the outfield. We speak of errors. The Outlaws had 4 of them last night, and it's the first one of the night for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, I feel like once an error happens, you got to just really get back into the routine right away so that it doesn't happen. Because if you don't, this Stallions batting team will take advantage of you. We saw it last night against the Outlaws, putting up 10 hits with 11 runs. They just poked the ball around the field.
So the error goes on Sorty. And coming to the plate now is Ben Williams, the left fielder. Williams not played a game for the Stallions yet this season, his first appearance. Williams goes to Radford for his college ball from Montpelier, Virginia. There's that off-speed you talk about. That's a strike. 1-1 count.
You see it there again, Dan, the off-speed.
Williams 5'10", weighing in at 185. Here's the pitch to the righty. Swing straight through it, and it's a 1-2 count. Backham trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Going is Marcano, the throw down, and he's safe. Second stolen base of the game for the Stallions.
He struck out.
AJ, you're so right. He struck out on the pitch. I was so distracted by Marcano swiping second that we didn't even realize Williams goes down swinging. So the Stallions, no runs, no hits, 1 error. Lumberjacks coming to bat in the bottom of the second. You're watching the Stallions YouTube channel. Back here in Boonville, Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. Things settling down a little bit after that fiery first inning. The Lumberjacks coming to bat. The Stallions with nothing there in that top of the second.
We're seeing a completely different game than yesterday, Dan. More back and forth this game than last night for sure.
Definitely a harder opponent, that's for sure. And maybe it's the pitching, maybe it's a better batting lineup. Who knows? But it's a tighter game for sure here in Boonville. Neglia deals at the plate for the Lumberjacks is Alan Hernandez, the first baseman. Hasn't played a game yet. Looking to make a difference here tonight. Hernandez, the Howard College product. Rising sophomore from Willington, New Jersey this year. .352 hitter, so definitely a guy you want to keep your eye on. Here's the pitch by Neglia. To the left side, this one's deep, it is far, and it is off the top of the wall. Going into second is Hernandez, and he leads off the inning with the stand-up double.
That was a high-velocity shot, Dan. That was to the wall, and before I blinked my eyes.
I'll tell you one thing. The ball's in play tonight, and for both sides, we've seen multiple balls hit off the wall. We've seen one go out, but multiple go off the top of the wall that could have been home runs. Thankfully for the Stallions, not one there.
Yeah.
And they'll try and settle back in. Neglia's got hit around a little bit so far. He's got to calm himself into this game.
He has to settle in and just trust the defense right now. He has 9 players out there ready to help him. I think he has to count on them right now.
Here's the pitch. This one to the right side. That's over the head of the first baseman. Coming around to score is Hernandez, and just like that, we have a tie game in Boonville.
What a hit to get the runner in from second, opposite field, right when you needed it to be.
And that was Daniel Latterman, his first game playing as a Lumberjack in his first plate appearance. It's a single and an RBI. Tie game.
Definitely the appearance that I want to see right there. Single, RBI.
Here's the pitch from Neglia. High and outside. So an even game here from Boonville, giving you all the action from the Pack Cub broadcast booth. The pickoff play, he's safe. Neglia comes set. No outs in the inning after the leadoff double by Alan Hernandez. And just as we talk about that off speed, it seems like he hasn't been able to locate the off speed, and it's getting hit.
If I'm Anderson right now, I'm possibly thinking about calling a timeout, calming him down, getting him back into the groove that he first had in the first inning.
Runner steals the throw down. He's safe, and the ball gets into the outfield. But Conehorse stays put at second. So the Lumberjacks threatening the Stallions right now, AJ. If this run comes home from second, it'd be the first time they go down all season long.
I'm curious to see how they retaliate back.
We haven't really seen them be put in any sort of danger situation yet this year. And most definitely a better opponent here tonight in Boonville than we saw last night with the Outlaws.
For sure, Dan, for sure.
Neglia comes set. Here's the pitch. Grounded to May. He'll take it to first. Runner advances to third. And the Lumberjacks have a prime sac fly opportunity now with one out in the inning and the runner at third. Coming to the plate, Jackson Willifacto. Willifacto, the catcher, hasn't played a game yet so far for the Lumberjacks. A prime opportunity for Boonville to take the lead here in the bottom of the second. One out in the inning. Neglia comes set. Here's the pitch. It's grounded straight to second. Trivella throws it to first. Stallions won't mind getting the out as the run comes in to score. And for the first time this season, the Stallions are losing a game.
Surprising to say, Dan. Definitely surprising to say after 11-0 win yesterday, now down 3-2. Curious on what coach is going to tell them in the dugout after this inning to get them back on track.
So Willie Facto with the sac ground out brings home the run. The Lumberjacks lead it 3-2. Here in the bottom of the second, 2 out. And it never really seemed like Neglia's gotten settled into this game.
He hasn't, I don't think, yet. His time will come, hopefully now. But if I'm Anderson, I'm definitely want to have a little chat with him. Get him right back on track with the catcher-pitcher, same ideas.
This one poked foul. 2 outs in the inning. Count out 1-2. Neglia just trying to get out, calm himself in the dugout, and then reorganize, settle down. And for this whole Stallions team, they're going to have to rely on the hitting a little bit, facing some adversity here in Boonville.
This is a big out, Dan. We do not want any runners on with 2 outs. You can see they're poking the ball around today. It's a big out for Neglia.
Neglia set steals. That one just misses. 3-2, 2 out. Here in the bottom of the second where the Lumberjacks have put up 2 runs. The pitch by Neglia. Grounded off the glove of Marcano. And, wow, Pellicer's going to advance to second on that. He hadn't played a game so far this season, and some unlucky bounces for the Stallions and another runner in scoring position.
That was a beyond hard play to make, Dan. Going backside with the glove on a chopper with a very fast guy going to second right there.
It'll count as a double for Charlie Pellicer. And just like that, the Lumberjacks are back up to the top of their lineup with Ethan Acevedo. Had a double in his first at-bat. Eventually came around to score in the bottom of the first. Pitch by Neglia's fouled off to the left side. I mean, if you're Coach Colin Martin here, do you come out, just settle down Neglia a little bit? It's a lot coming at him here in this bottom of the second.
If I was coach, I think I would. Talk to him, get the team in, settle down, get this last out, and get the bats going next inning.
Neglia deals, once again fouled off to the left side, 0-2 count. Got to give him something away here, make him chase.
Have to give him outside fastball here or a high fastball.
Acevedo had his first hit of the season in the first inning, a leadoff double, which kick-started the Lumberjacks offense. Neglia steps off.
Dan, I would possibly hit him with the off-speed here. He's going late on both sides to the left.
0-2 count with 2 outs. Runner on second. Neglia deals to the lefty. And that one just misses at the top of the zone. Went with the fastball. One-two now. 2 outs in the inning. Pellicer standing at second. Here's the pitch by Neglia. Fouled back. Count will stay at 1-2.
Fighting to stay in the at-bat for sure.
One-two count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Popped up to the left side. It's a tough play, but Hott's there to make it. Stallions escape the danger, limit the damage. 3-2 heading into the top of the third. Stallions coming to bat. We'll be right back here on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. Back here from Boonville, Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. Stallions trailing 3-2. It's the first time I've said that this season. Here in the Pac Cup broadcast booth, coming to bat, number 3, Matt McIntyre, the extra hitter for the Stallions. Hasn't played a game yet for Saugerties this season. McIntyre, the rising junior out of Williamstown, New Jersey, about an hour outside of Pennsylvania. University of New Haven in West Haven, Connecticut product. Trying to kickstart the Stallions offense here in the top of the third after that Byram hot home run, which gave us the Stallions a 2-0 lead in the top of the first. There's a strike. I gotta say, AJ, Cole Backham's really settled in nicely after giving up that 2-run shot.
After that 2-run shot, he found his groove and has not let off the pedal.
Here's the pitch. Off speed just misses the zone, 1-1. Here in the top of the third.
As we saw again, another off speed, Dan.
Both pitchers really relying on that off speed, one working better than the other. Here's the pitch, off speed once again, 1-2 count to McIntyre.
If I'm the Stallions right now, I'm moving up in the box, choking up, and just putting the ball in play here.
Here's the pitch. That one is rocked to deep center field. It's going. It's off the bottom of the wall. McIntyre going to second. He'll be there easily. And Matt McIntyre gets the Stallions going here in the top of the third with a long double.
The balls are flying around today, Dan. Left, center, right. All high-velocity shots by each team, honestly. Poking the ball around. Man on second now. See what we could do here.
It's a great start for the Stallions. It'll go back to the top of the lineup now. Number 2, Mario Trivella, playing at second base tonight. Got walked in the first inning. He pops this one up into left center. Latterman is there. McIntyre threatened to advance, but will stay put. Now coming to the bat, the man with the home run in this game, Byram Hott, the shortstop. And AJ, that ball in the first inning was smoked to deep right field.
That was a shot, Dan. The center fielder, I think, knew it was out off the sound of the bat.
Looking to do the same thing here. Runner on second with one out in the top of the third. Here's the pitch. Low in the dirt. 1-0.
It's a great block by the catcher, not allowing McIntyre to go to third there, giving Hott the chance to get him in.
I mean, Hott didn't have a hit last game, batting right in front of his Maros teammate Ethan Conrad, and that in itself is a lethal duo this season.
We saw what he did last at bat, Dan. Let's see what he can do this time.
Backham steps off. Hott, the 278 hitter at Marist. Off speed's in there for a strike, 1-1.
I almost feel like it is the Stallions are surprised that an off-speed is coming in. I feel like they should be ready for it more, no?
Well, we've seen the balls that they hit have been predominantly fastball, and they go pretty far. Hott looking for another pitch he can drive to deep right. Backham deals. There's the fastball. It's off the outside, 2-1. Sun starting to set here in Boonville, about 70 degrees, about a little northwest of Utica. This ballpark, you wouldn't know it was here if you didn't come here. Kind of a hidden gem, if you will. That one's off the outside, 3-1. A little bit of Field of Dreams, just not as nice, I would say, but
I wouldn't give it
in
that
the
comparison.
In the same, you've really nothing there, and then you come up, and you're on the ballpark.
It's like a secret street, honestly.
Our bus driver even missed it on the way here. Here's the pitch. Hott to left center field. No problem once again for Latterman. Tagging to third is McIntyre. He'll make it there safely. And the Stallions have a runner at third with 2 outs. And their best hitter, the star player, Ethan Conrad, coming to bat.
That block by the catcher, not allowing McIntyre to go to third there, is the reason why the score is not 3-3 right now.
So with 2 outs in the inning, the lefty Ethan Conrad coming to the plate. Last night had a triple, leads the nation in NCAA Division I in triples. And, hey, it would be a great time for another one right now.
If I was a catcher, it's not a guy I would want on base for sure.
Conrad batting .250 to start the Stallions campaign. Lined out to second base in his first at-bat. That one is rocked to right field. And it's out of here. A missile off the bat of Ethan Conrad, and the Stallions have retaken the lead 4-2. Or 4-3, excuse me.
Now you want to talk about a blink and you miss it? I just blinked and missed that shot, Dan. Wow.
That one was rocked. So both Marist products have gone yard in this game. And this is an offensive firepower, just complete, not pitcher's duel, just offensive explosion on both sides of the ball.
I just missed. I was just about to say I wouldn't want to pitch to Ethan Conrad right now with 2 outs.
Well, he made him pay. Backham's now surrendered 2 home runs in this game, and that was kind of a Giancarlo Stanton type of laser off the bat. Didn't even have any height on it. It just rocketed out of here.
It flew. It just flew, Dan. Wow.
What a strike by Conrad, showing why he's such a great talent on this team, showing why he batted .397 this past season with Marist.
Such an impressive player. All 5 tools. It's a great player to watch and a fun player to just see on the field.
And who knows where he's going to go in the portal later on this season. But, man, is head coach Colin Martin happy to have him on this squad.
That's a huge question for the Saugerties. Where is Ethan Conrad going?
That's a huge question for everybody, not just Saugerties.
I want to know.
I want to know, too, but we'll find out at a later date. We don't know just yet. But making a huge impact for the Stallions so far, both Marist teammates going yard in this game. There's a strike. 2-1 count, 2 outs in the inning. Every team has scored in either the top or the bottom in this game.
It's been a fun game to watch so far, Dan.
An offensive slugfest. We'll see if that trend continues. Backham deals. That one's fouled off by May. May struck out in the second inning in this game.
I think I know why Backham wasn't throwing fastballs so much. Gave one to Ethan Conrad, and I don't think he'd be making that mistake
And he also
again.
gave one to Byram Hott, and he also mashed that one. So I think he's going to be relying on the off-speed. Speaking of, the off-speed gets May. It's his second strikeout of the night. The Stallions do their damage. An Ethan Conrad home run gives Saugerties a 4-3 lead. Lumberjacks coming to bat. We'll be right back here on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. Back here from Boonville, Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. Offensive slugfest in this one. Both teams going at each other. Pitchers having a hard time. AJ, what'd you see on that Ethan Conrad home run to give the Stallions a 1-run lead?
I just don't think I would want to be that baseball. That is in the middle of the woods, screaming for help, because that ball was shot over the right field fence.
That ball was rocked. Conrad's first home run in Stallions colors, and it was a great time to get one as well, with the Stallions being down 3-2.
First one of many, Dan. We're gonna see a lot this season from Ethan Conrad.
So now Neglia trying to settle back in here in this bottom of the third. This one is grounded right back to him. He has some trouble with it, and the Lumberjacks are going to have a runner on here with nobody out.
Sometimes the easiest plays are the hardest plays, Dan.
Carter Sorty there with the single. It'll bring up number 32, Jax Miller, playing out in right today. Miller struggled in his first game with the Stallions, with the Lumberjacks. Didn't get a hit. One walk and a strikeout. Immediately going there, right off, was Sorty. And Sorty jumped before Neglia even started his motion right there.
As a catcher, you have no chance of doing that. He had 3 steps before the pitch was thrown. Gotta look back once or twice on that one.
That one there on Neglia. Sorty grabs his first stolen base. And now Jax Miller with a prime opportunity to tie up this game.
That was a great throw by Anderson, too, right on the money.
2-0 count. Neglia sets, deals. That one's high and away. 3-0. Nobody out in the inning. Still really hasn't seemed like Neglia's settled himself into this game.
Not yet. I don't think so. There's a much-needed strike.
There's a strike on the 3-1 count. This one's been as back and forth as possible, and we're only in the bottom of the third.
It's a great day to be a fan, watching some amazing baseball.
This one's popped up on the infield. Straight to Travella. He has it no problem. And now with one out in the inning, Joseph Damas comes to bat.
It's a huge out, Dan, on a 3-1 count, man on second. That's the out you need right there. Keep it in the infield, make the play, keep the man on second.
Damas, the DH, had a hit last night in the team's 7-3 loss at Watertown. That one's a ball. One out in the bottom of the third here from the Pack Cup broadcast booth. Dan Shalom and AJ DiBenedetto here on the scene in Boonville. Stealing third. Here's the throw down. Marcano can't come up with it. And Sorty's stolen 2 bases since he's gotten a first and is now in prime scoring position.
He had another 2-jump lead right there, Dan.
Neglia not being mindful of the runner, and a sac fly or anything hit to the outfield will tie up this game.
Now we see infield in here, Dan.
What do you think of this move by Coach Colin Martin?
I like it. I don't think we want to run right now. The bats are going well, but let's keep the run off the board here, Dan.
1-2 count. Neglia trying to work out of this inning. He's given up a run in each of the innings he's pitched so far, trying to limit that. Here's the pitch, fouled back. Count stays at 1-2.
This next pitch is a huge pitch. What do you think he's throwing, Dan?
If I had to guess, I'm going with the off-speed away.
I like that guess. That was going to be my guess, too.
1-2 count. Sorty at third. Neglia bounces it in. 2-2.
You were right. It wasn't off-speed.
Andrew Speranza, new arm warming in the Stallions bullpen. Neglia deals. Foul back once again. When do you think Colin Martin goes to the bullpen here? You think he lets Neglia finish out this inning?
I think it all determines on how this inning pans out, and then what we see Colin Martin doing on the other side of the field.
Here's the pitch by Neglia. Strike three, he got him. A big strikeout. And now with 2 out, that sac fly is no longer in play.
It pushes the infield back for sure, focusing on the play to first here. Still got to be mindful of the man on third. Pass ball, he's fast. We've seen him steal from first to second and second to third.
Yes, we have, and one of the Lumberjacks' runs was also stole home.
What a very close play, though. Going back to that play.
Neglia trying to work himself out of trouble once again. Here's the pitch. Strike one. Hernandez at the dish. Had a double. For a guy who hadn't played a game yet, perfect start. This one grounded foul. And Neglia's got Hernandez right where he wants him in the 0-2 count. This would be a big strikeout for Neglia, who led up a double to Hernandez last time up. Here's the pitch. Bounces it in once again, 1-2. I don't hate that right there, the waste pitch.
I don't hate it at all, but if I'm Anderson, I got to make sure that no ball gets behind me right now because this could turn into a tie ball game in one pitch.
Neglia comes set once again. Here's the pitch. Just high. 2-2. Sorry about the camera going out. We're going to get that back to you in just a second, but until then, we'll give you a little radio play-by-play. Neglia deals, the ball is high, 3-2. There you go, you should have the video back right now. Just AJ and I out here in Boonville, working it out, producing the game, doing the stats, calling the game. Only so many things we can do, but we wear many hats, and we get you Stallions baseball by any means possible. Neglia trying to work himself out of a 3-2 count, 2 outs. Hernandez trying to get it going, and that's a walk. So he works from the 0-2 count to a walk, and now there's runners on first and third with 2 outs.
Very important out, this out. Got to get back to the bat in order here, Dan.
Hugo Conehorst coming to the plate now. If you remember, he knocked in that run last inning, which gave Boonville a 3-2 lead.
Did a job, Dan. Did a great job getting the lead, but
Neglia's now thrown 5 straight balls.
might be time, hopefully soon, for Anderson to call a timeout, get his pitcher right back into check.
Neglia deals. This one's fouled off. Behind the Lumberjack dugout. 1-2. Or 1-1, excuse me, with 2 outs in the inning. Bottom of the third. Hugo Conehorst had a hit last night in the team's game at Watertown. Has a hit here tonight and trying to drive in another run right now. Neglia sets deals. Bounces it in once again, 2-1. Bottom of the third here from Boonville. The Lumberjacks threatening, first and third. Here's the pitch. It's hit to center field. And a nice diving play there by Ford. Gets the Stallions out of the inning.
That's a huge play, Dan. That could have possibly scored 2 if dropped and passed by.
They escaped the jam, and for the first time this game, the Stallions don't let up a run in the bottom half innings. We'll be right back. Saugerties coming to bat. You're watching the Stallions YouTube channel. Back here from Boonville in the Pack Up broadcast booth, Dan Schaum with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. Game seeming to calm down a little bit. The Stallions able to evade the jam. Neglia has put runners on in the top half, but able to escape there in the bottom half, gets out of the inning, and now the Stallions coming to bat. Trying to build on the offensive explosion, which has really been headlined by Byram Hott and Ethan Conrad, both with a home run in this game, 2-run shots each, and now coming to the plate is Jean-Michael Cuello. Cuello, the right fielder, didn't have a hit last night and trying to get himself on the board here today. Had 2 strikeouts in the game last night at Oneonta. For a team that was hitting, he's a guy who needs to step up.
This is the time now. No man on, no pressure. Be the first runner on for your team right now.
A 1 count. Here's the pitch. That one's away outside, 1-1.
Look to our right there, and we see Boonville warming up a pitcher as well.
Yeah, they're keeping Backham in the game for right now. We'll see who they go to when they decide to go to the bench. But as of right now, seeming like not that much activity over there in that pen. They've got one guy out there. He's getting loose, but I wouldn't necessarily say he's warming up. Here's the pitch. Off speed misses, 3-1. Backham deals. Cuello swings straight through it, 2-2.
Dan, we see a batting change from Cuello, batting 1 yesterday to lead off, now in the 5 spot. What do you think the move is behind it?
They bumped Travella up to the leadoff spot, and after a home run last night, seems like it's warranted. It's so early on in this season as the pitch is fouled back that you got to shuffle guys around and see where they fit. Who really knows at this point? We're 2 games into a 47-game marathon. You got to see where guys fit. Backham in a 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside, and Cuello works himself a walk. Now a mound visit for the Lumberjacks. They just want to talk things over. Zach Anderson due up. Grounded out to short his first time up. And his first start for the Stallions this season. I mean, AJ, it's been such an offensive shootout. What do you even tell your pitchers?
I would just tell my pitchers, let the defense make the plays. Put the least amount of stress on them as possible. Pitching a game is
Are
really
you
enough.
stressing putting the ball in play, though, for
No.
a ball that's been rocked? Or you?
I don't think there's an answer to that. I think there's many options. I don't know if I'd rather put the ball in play because it does cause outs. But the way that the Stallions are putting the ball in play, I don't think I really want it in play.
Runner goes. Throw down to second, and he's there easily. Cuello steals second. It's his first stolen base of the game. And now the Stallions have another runner in scoring position here with nobody out in the top of the 4th. Backham comes set. The pitch to Cuello's outside, 1-1. An overcast night here in Boonville, a perfect night for PGCBL baseball. The Stallions leading 4-3. His strike is called there to Anderson. 1-2 count here from Hanson Aggregates Field. Backham deals. This one is hit to left field. over the head of Laterman. And coming around easily to score is Coelho, and with the stand-up double is Zach Anderson, and the Stallions have taken a 2-run lead.
Maybe I take back what I said before. Maybe I don't want to put the ball in play. Everything is going over the outfielders' heads.
Laterman had no chance out there in left field. Anderson gets his first hit as a Stallion. It's an RBI double, and things are rolling for the Saugerties offense. Still no outs in this inning, and it'll bring up the center fielder, Justin Ford. Ford rips this one to short. Sorty's got it, and Ford is out. Anthony Marcano coming to the plate now. Reached on an error to short his first time up. Batting .333 and had a hit last night when Saugerties visited the Outlaws. Here's the pitch by Backham. One spiked in the dirt. And you got to watch Anderson over there at second. He's got some speed despite being a catcher.
He does. He does. He was chugging on his way to second right there.
Easy stand-up double. Didn't even have to slide.
You love to see it.
Marcano looking for his first RBI of the season with Anderson over there in scoring position. Easy take there for Anderson, the passed ball. And now the Stallions with a runner at third with one out in the inning. The sac fly will do the trick.
He's fast.
He is fast. No worry for him. He jogged over there for all that.
When I was a catcher, I don't think I was that fast. I don't remember being that fast.
We got to pull up your huddle tape to see. 5-3 game here from Boonville. Mercado puts the ball in play. It gets through. It's an RBI single. Anderson comes home to score, and the Stallions have taken a 6-3 lead.
Putting the ball in play, putting the ball in play, putting the ball in play. That's the Stallions' motto for today, I think. Put the ball in play.
It got right through that gap between third and short. An easy RBI single, and Marcano's got his first RBI of the season. And I think we might see a pitching change right here for the Lumberjacks. We'll be from Boonville. Back here from Boonville, Dan Chalm with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto in a 6-3 game where the Lumberjacks have made a Dallas Hot Wieners call to the bullpen.
They indeed did.
They're bringing in Ryan Cook, the rising sophomore out of Herkimer Community College, had a 12.27 ERA this past season and 3.2 innings pitched. AJ, here's my concern about Ryan Cook if I'm a Boonville fan. Started 5 games, only pitched 3.2. That doesn't correlate very well. He didn't pitch a full inning in 5 of his starts.
It's not the greatest thing to hear as a Boonville fan, for sure. If you see the angle he's pitching at, it's kind of like a submarine, like an Aaron Simber in the MLB.
I like that.
Say so.
I like that. 6 walks, 5 earned runs this past season, leads him to the 12.27. Has walks plus innings per inning, or walks plus hits per inning of 3.27. Now, Backham's still responsible for the runner at first, which is Mercano, but he leaves the game with 6 earned runs. Not what you want to see from a guy who had a 3.6 ERA.
With the Stallions hitting, it's hard to get these guys out, I think.
Yeah, Backham, Century College, 19.2 innings pitched this past year, had a 3.6. So you would expect him to be locked down, but anything but that with the 2 home runs by Byram Hunt and Ethan Conrad being the headliners of the damage against him. And now they turn to the righty submariner, like you said, Ryan Cook. See if he can settle down things. He stands at 6'5", big guy.
Wow. He walked by us, and I remember kind of looking up at him. I think 6'5" does make sense.
See if he can help Boonville here. 1 out in the inning. Mercano's still at first. Backham is responsible for him if he comes around to score. And coming up for the Stallions is Ben Williams, the left fielder, struck out in his first at-bat. Here's the pitch. First one's outside, and AJ, you've been a catcher for a while. When you have a submariner throwing at that side angle, what does that do to you as a catcher? How do you have to adjust?
It's hard to adjust. You don't really see a lot of submarine pitchers at this time. You find a very few amount. I've actually never experienced a submarine pitcher. No.
That surprises me.
I agree as well. Like, seeing him pitch, I'm curious on how I would do behind the plate during my catching times.
It's a totally different arm angle in which the ball is coming out.
It's kind of like a mystery.
He's thrown 2 straight balls out of the pen to start out here in the top of the 4th. 6-3 game from Boonville. The Stallions with 2 runs in each of the innings. They had 2 runs in that top of the first, and then a couple here. Here's the pitch. That's a ball.
Straight out of the bullpen with 3 balls, Dan. As a catcher, do you think if he walks him, it's time to call timeout and give him a little chat?
I mean, I think you got to let him settle into this game a little bit, but it's definitely worrying. He hasn't been able to find the zone. So the way it's set up here at Boonville, there's his first strike. The bullpen is right to our right side from where we're set up. And to be honest with you, AJ, I really didn't see him throw that many warm-up pitches.
I saw him stretch a little bit and throw a few pitches. Then he got called right in. I think the catcher was surprised as well in the bullpen.
That one's fouled off to the left side. Well, he's got himself into a 3-2 count now with 1 out in the inning, top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Mercado going. The hit and run works to perfection. Tumbling over there was Ben Williams at first, but the hit and run for Marcano gets him over to third, and the Stallions threatening. Now runners at third and first with 1 out in the inning.
It's a great hit and run. Knew a job, did a job. It's a great baseball player right there.
I think Williams could have gotten to second there if he didn't stumble over first.
I was so focused on the ball in the outfield, I didn't even really see him
stumbled right over right here. But first and third, Stallions threatening, and coming to the plate is Matt McIntyre. He had a double in his first at-bat. Cook throws back to first. No worries for Williams. Pickoff play again, being mindful of Williams, and this is a spot where you want to send Williams over to second with 1 out in the inning and the runner at third.
You do not want to double play here with 1 out. Got to get into second somehow.
That one's fouled off, straight back. That pitch is a strike. 0-2 count. Pickoff play once again. Nothing there.
That's the third one, Dan.
They're really trying to get him. Pitch foul back. Cook's trying to settle into this game. Pitches outside, 1-2.
Cook's really trying to just nail down this batter, leaving the man on first and third still there. Definitely don't want the run in.
That ball is smoked deep to center field, and it's out of here. A third Stallions home run in this game, and they take a 9-3 lead off the bat of Matt McIntyre.
I have one word for that home run, Dan. Wow.
That one, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn. That ball was smoked.
That was 365, and that looked like easy. I didn't think it had a doubt of going out.
In his first game as a Stallion, Matt McIntyre has a double and now a 3-run home run.
It's a great first performance by Matt McIntyre.
Definitely someone you're going to be seeing in the lineup from now on.
It's a great job to solidify himself this first game.
And now we go back to the top of the lineup with Mario Trivella. Trivella loops it to the right side. That'll be foul. And if you remember, AJ, Trivella last night had a home run of his own.
All hitting them over the fence.
So if you go from McIntyre, Trivella, Hott, and Conrad, those four in order from bottom to top each have a home run now for the Stallions.
I think it might be time to ask him what the pregame meal is.
Well, we had the pregame meal today. It was some barbecue chicken and mac and cheese, clearly fueling the guys to success. Trivella grounds this one to third. It's over the glove of Kernhorst, and Trivella will pull into first with the single.
Poking the ball around the field, and I keep on repeating it because you're seeing it every batter that gets up. They're finding a different place to put the ball.
Byram Hott up to bat. And AJ, I think I'm getting some deja vu. Last time that Hott hit the home run, Trivella was standing at first after the walk, and he smoked it.
He was. Does history repeat itself? Will this repeat what happened last time?
The Stallions have completely blown this game open in the top of the fourth, getting a 6-run lead. Man, talk about just a totally comprehensive performance from the Stallions lineup. We know one thing through 2 games, AJ. This team could score runs.
That's something that I don't think we're going to have to worry about a lot, Dan. Seen it throughout these first 2 games. They just love RBIs.
They love RBIs, and they love hitting the ball far. That's for sure.
Oh, God.
Hott loops this one to the left side. There was 2 outs in the inning. Yeah, and then Hott is out at first. So Trivella moves over to second. 2 outs in the inning. And the man with a 2-run home run in this game, Ethan Conrad, coming to bat. And if you remember, he hit the home run with 2 outs last time he was up.
He did, and it was a smoke missile to right field, right over the fence. I don't think I had a doubt.
It's a ball there from Cook, and you can't say that it's not unexpected that Cook's getting hit around with that 12.27 ERA in 5 1/3 innings.
Yeah. Curious to see what the coach for Boonville will do next.
Nobody in the pen over there for Boonville, as there's a strike, 1-1.
What's your approach with Ethan Conrad now? You saw a 2-run home run. You have 2 outs.
Well, also, you got a righty-lefty matchup with the Submariner. Anything somewhat up in the zone, he's going to rock it. Almost had it there. Fouls it straight back. 1-2. The Lumberjacks just trying to get out of this disastrous inning where Saugerties has blown the game open in the top of the fourth. 9-3. Your score from Boonville. 1-2 count to Conrad. Here's the pitch from Cook. Ball on the outside, 2-2. 2-2 count, 2 outs in the inning. Conrad last time up had the home run. trying to get 2. Had a triple in his first game last night for the Stallions at Oneonta. And he's continued his success, worked himself into a 3-2 count, and Trivella will be released at second on this pitch.
It's a great batter's eye by Conran right there, seeing 2 just on the outside right there, repeated pitch, and taking both of them when going from, like you said, a 1-2 to a 3-2, and now anything's up for grabs.
Willie Fedoko wants to go out and chat with Cook. Quick little conversation. Calm him down. A 3-2 count. You got to make a strike. You got to throw a strike here. But anything in the zone for Ethan Conrad is dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Cook sets. Went with the pickoff play back. Trivella will go on the 3-2 count with 2 outs in the inning. Anything put in play should get him home, theoretically.
Very fast as well.
He's a speed threat. Has a stolen base in this game. The pitch to Conrad is a ball. He walks. And now with 2 runners on, the first baseman, Jared May, comes to bat. Has a strikeout and a single so far in this game.
Last night he put on a performance as well, poking the ball around the field like today.
Had a hit, scored twice, batting .500 right now for the Stallions. Here's the pitch by Cook. That hits him. And now some trouble for the Lumberjacks. Bases loaded with 2 outs. And Jean-Michael Coelho coming to bat. New pitcher up in the Lumberjacks bullpen, but they're going to just want to try and get out of this inning. And AJ, last night was a mercy rule by 10 runs in the 7th inning. We're getting close to that mark right now with the bases loaded.
Bases loaded, 9-3 with Coelho up. I'll have to see what he's going to do with this pitch.
Has a stolen base in this game, was walked his last time up. Cook trying to escape the trouble he's put himself in. There's a strike, 0-1.
That's just the pitch you're looking for as a pitcher, just throw strikes. But I don't know if I want to put it in play.
I certainly wouldn't.
Yeah.
Ball outside, 1-1.
Definitely isn't fun being a baseball today.
No, not fun being a baseball. If the ball was thrown to Trivella, Hott, Conrad, McIntyre, I could go on and on with all of these guys. 2-1 count. Good spot for Coelho to be in with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Pickoff play back to first, and that one gets by. An unforced error. Trivella comes around to score. Conrad is coming in to score. He will score, and advancing to second is May. All things going wrong for the Lumberjacks right now, and the Stallions quickly have an 11-3 lead. And AJ, as a catcher, that's just an unnecessary play right there.
I don't think I'd be throwing to first knowing that I have speed on second and third, knowing that if it got by the first baseman, both of them are going to score. I'm trying to help my pitcher out right now and get out of this inning. Puts way more pressure on Cook now with a man on second. 2
runs scored, an 11-3 ball game here from Hanson Aggregate Field. The Stallions running up the score. Count stays at 2-2. This game was close going into the top of the 4th, and the Stallions since then, it was 4-3 going in. They've completely blown this open with a 7-run top of the 4th. This one's popped up on the infield. Lumberjacks should be able to get out of the inning. Kornhorst brings it in, but the damage has been done. The Stallions leading 11-3 going into the bottom of the 4th. You're watching the Saugerties YouTube channel. We'll be right back. back here from Henson Aggregate Field. Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DeBenedetto. AJ, I'm not sure I can comprehend what we just saw in that top half of the inning. A 7-run fourth, and the Stallions lead by 8.
It looks like the Stallions baseball team has been together for months now, and we're only in game 2. These guys met each other not just a few weeks ago, maybe a few days ago.
I think 4 days ago.
And some of their teammates aren't even here yet. Still playing in college.
New pitcher on the mound for the Stallions is number 42, Andrew Speranza. Speranza, the lefty, rising sophomore out of St. Thomas Aquinas in New York. Poughkeepsie native, close by to the Stallions. 11 appearances this past season with an ERA of 7.82. Hey, AJ, the lights are on. If you need electrical work, call Richards. Richards Electric. Here in the Pack Cup broadcast booth, we're in the bottom of the 4th. AJ, you want to take us through what's happened so far in this game?
We were obviously down 3-2 going down. I think coach has got him into the dugout and said, have fun. You know, it's a great day for some baseball. Poke the ball around, have each other's backs, and just be a team. And I think I'm glad to say that I think it worked.
And, you know, you talked about that just a second ago, the chemistry of this team. It really does seem like that this is a college team that's playing in the month of April or May.
Obviously, you have some guys from the same college, like you said, Ethan Conrad, Byram Hott.
A lot of the guys, too, from Weber under Coach Colin Martin.
I think that's helpful right here at first. Jarrett May, a Weber international guy, under Coach Colin Martin. And I just think the chemistry goes a far way.
Speranza misses on the outside, 1-2. Speranza deals, that's a strikeout. In his first appearance, he strikes out the first batter he sees, and there's one out in the inning.
It's a great way to come into the game and just put a K on the board.
Up to the plate now. Jacksonville Fedoko, number 3. He hits this one to right field. Should be no problem. And there to bring it in is Coelho. 2 outs. And for his first start, Speranza is making light work of this Lumberjacks lineup.
If I'm Speranza right now, I'm definitely putting the trust in my outfield and my infield right now. Actually 8.
Up 8 runs.
I was just about to say 6. Up 8.
Speranza deals the lefty from Poughkeepsie. Misses outside, 1-0. 11-3 game, and it's the first time we're really seeing Boonville go down 1-2 quickly like that.
Yeah. It's the first time we actually seen it all game on, I think, both sides. We had runs on both sides of the game.
Here's the pitch. That's a strike. 1-1 count. Speranza settling into this game. His first appearance here on the road in Boonville. Has a strikeout so far in this bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. That's another strike, 1-2.
Just putting the ball over the plate, name of the game.
A 1-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Speranza sets, he deals. That one's in the dirt. 2-2.
We saw Anderson adjust very well to this field, getting back into the dropping and blocking groove. He's done a great job behind the plate today.
Here's the pitch. Just misses outside. So Neglia's final line finishes with 3 earned runs and 5 hits. Not too bad for his first start.
Definitely have the team on his side today for sure.
The bats have helped to make this game, or put this game at ease. There's a strikeout. 2 strikeouts in his first appearance for Speranza. Saugerties holds Boonville to no runs in the bottom of the 4th We'll be right back. Stallions coming to bat on the Stallions YouTube channel. Back here in Boonville, Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. And AJ, it's an 11-3 ball game, but I just want to take a second here to show our fans at home the set. We talked about this before, the setup here at Boonville. The fans are mounted up onto a hill, and they all just park their cars in a row, and then they just look down.
It's a great view, honestly. You can obviously see this when there's a good sunset. I mean, it's
there's
beautiful
still,
view.
The concession stands in the press box over there. We're on the side of the field, but it's an interesting view. All the places in the PGCBL, very scenic venues. Last night, the mountains in the background at Oneonta, and then here tonight, another beautiful ballpark in Boonville.
New York itself is a scenic place, I think. I like to say that.
This one's fouled back in our direction. 0-1. Anderson at the plate. Had an RBI double last time out. Swings straight through that one. 0-2. Cook comes set. Here's the pitch. This one is drilled to center field. Stepping back there is Acevedo, and he's got it no problem.
The sound of the bat is just so pure today. You can hear it from all the way over here.
Well, it's a beautiful night out here in Boonville. Bottom of the fifth, your Stallions leading by 8. An 11-3 ball game coming to the plate now. Number 12, Justin Ford. Ford last time grounded out to shortstop. Here's the pitch from Cook. Swings straight through it, 0-1. One count. Here's the pitch. Smoke through the middle. It's a base hit. His first as a Stallion for Ford. And Saugerties has got a runner on here with one out.
Always finding a way to get runners on.
Put the ball in play.
I think that should be our Pad Cub broadcasting motto. Put the ball in play.
Put the ball in play. What you can also do? You can put the stable on, our Saugerties Stallions podcast with you and I.
Yes, you can.
Episodes every Monday and Thursday. This Monday, we're going to have head coach Colin Martin on. You're not going to want to miss that one. Get it anywhere you listen to podcasts all season long. Marcano drills this one to center field. Canacor and Acevedo's got it. And there's two out.
I'm excited for the new podcast to drop on Monday. I'm so happy you brought it up. It's going to be a great episode with Colin Martin. Great things to say. And
we've had, so far, pitching coach Rich Doobie, then former broadcaster, and now broadcaster for the Savannah Bananas, Vico Scala. And now on Monday it'll be Colin Martin. And I think rumors are saying on Thursday, Ethan Conrad. Who knows about that, but that's what they're saying.
I would love to have Ethan Conrad on the podcast. And he actually mentioned that he would like to do it with Byram Hott.
With the Marist roommates, the Marist
Monsters,
teammates,
maybe?
the Marist Monsters, the Saugerties Smashers. How about it? This one popped up. A tough play, charging as Acevedo, and he's got it to end the inning.
What a great play.
Boonville keeps a clean top of the fifth, and we're headed to the bottom half, 11-3. Your Stallions leading. We'll be right back here on the Saugerties YouTube channel. Back here in Boonville, Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. Stallions leading 11-3 here in the bottom of the fifth. Speranza's going to keep going on the mound. And AJ, I know we might be in Boonville right now, but about 2,000 miles south in South Florida, the Rangers are playing the Panthers. Another New York team, Game 6, a big game. Hopefully they can pull it out down there tonight.
I'm hoping they pull it out because I love the Rangers.
And if they don't, they're eliminated.
Oh,
so,
don't even.
Double-edged sword.
Don't even. I don't want to hear elimination from the Rangers, please.
We'll see if Boonville can get back into this game in the bottom of the fifth. Ethan Acevedo coming to the plate. Has a double in this game. Made that nice diving play to end the inning in the top half just now. A pitch by Speranza's a ball. 1-0. And for back-to-back games, AJ, the Stallions have put up 11 runs.
Do you think they'll break their record today? Put up 12?
There's a lot of game left.
There is.
Here's the pitch. That one's down low. 2-0. The sun's setting here in Boonville. Lights are on. Here's the pitch. That's a strike by Speranza. A true comprehensive performance from the top down tonight from the Stallions. Not to say that this game is over, but it's looking pretty good.
If I'm any one of the Stallions today on the team, I have a smile on my face.
This one's popped up in the infield to Hot. He'll bring it down, no problem. And there's one out in the inning. Speranza's made light work of his first four batters, each out, 2 strikeouts. He bounces this one in, 1-0. It's been a really nice showing from Speranza, who has 7.82 ERA in the regular season. Showing a pretty decent performance here tonight.
I think Coach Rich Doobie told him, just throw strikes. Have fun. Up 11-3 as we see. Oh.
Runner on there. Sorty got hit with the pitch, so excuse me, I just jinxed Speranza. It's his first runner of the game. This one grounded to May. He's going to try and go for 2. There's one. Back to Speranza. They can't get it, but they'll get the runner at second.
It's a great play by May.
That was very athletic. Got in front of it. Able to get the lead runner, which is, of course, the most important. And now with one out in the inning, Joseph Damas comes to the plate. Whoa.
For being 6'4" and moving like May just did, I don't think I can move like that right now.
I mean, put you and I out there, I wouldn't trust any ball hit to us. But, I mean, I think I trust May way more. Speranza looks deals. That one just a little bit high, 1-0. And Speranza, being the lefty, AJ, he can make that pickoff move where it looks like he's going to the plate and then throw over to first.
Such a dangerous thing to do is you can just throw it right to first and you have no idea.
That one's in there for a strike. 1-1. Speranza settles in. Here's the pitch. That one's high and inside, 2-1. 11-3 game. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. Speranza gets himself set. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. A little bit to the right of home plate. 2-2 count. Here with one out in the bottom of the fifth. Speranza deals. That one's high and away. 3-2 count. Now, do you dare, AJ, to put Miller in motion here? 3-2 count, one out.
I don't.
Down by 8.
Why not, right? I mean, with the lefty on the mound, you do have a risk. Speranza is looking at that runner at first pretty frequently.
And there's the pickoff
Yep.
play. You called it.
Yep, I saw it. He looks at it, give him 2 or 3 looks. I don't think he's going to go to second, or the coach might call
The whole
it.
thing is about, switching up the timing, 1-1,000, 2-1,000, just making the runner uncomfortable, and it certainly is making Miller uncomfortable over there at first. Here's the pitch. That one is strike 3. Speranza deals his 3rd strikeout of the inning, and the Stallions head to the top of the 6th, up by 8. We'll be right back. Back here in Boonville, Dan Schaum with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. The Stallions leading by 8, heading into the top of the 6th. 9 hits so far, has produced 11 runs.
Man.
Stallions offense has been near unstoppable.
If I'm the coach, I don't know what I would do. I mean, obviously I'm not the coach, but
If you were, and you know who's coming to the plate right now, as the guy who's hit a home run in this game last time he was up, Matt McIntyre.
Oh, what a great
3-run
hitter.
bomb to deep center field. That ball was crushed off the bat.
I just watched it go over. I was like, he's not getting that.
Center fielder knew it off the bat, too. Straight off the bat, deep to center field. And for his first AB as a Stallion, or first game, 3rd AB as a Stallion, it's a pretty good one.
I agree. Definitely put on a show today. I think the Stallions are loving it in the bench.
New pitcher on the mound for the Lumberjacks. Micah Garrett on to pitch. So Cook comes in, not his best outing, and they go to the bullpen. Micah Garrett, the 6'3" righty out of Mineral Area College, rising sophomore. AJ only appeared in one game this season. In that game, pitched a single inning and let up 1 earned run. That's why the ERA is at 9, so it doesn't tell the whole story. I'm looking to get some play time here in the PGCBL.
Definitely doesn't tell the full story. I think we can hopefully get some more of the story in this outing as we see him pitching right now.
Fast thrower, has about 3 hits plus walks per inning. He gives up But again, it's such a small sample size, you can't really judge it. There's a strike. Once again, sorry for that pop-up right there. AJ and I trying to call this game, and also run the camera at the same time. It's a lot of jobs.
I don't know if I'm a double tasker myself. Never got classified as one, but today I'm defying the odds, Dan.
You're most definitely beating the odds on your broadcast debut. Kudos to you, AJ. Big step forward for you.
Thank you.
You'll hear AJ and I throughout the season about almost every other game, and also on the Stable Our Saugerties Stallions podcast every Monday and Thursday. Ball is bounced in there. It's a 3-1 count. And if you're Saugerties, AJ, you're looking ahead a little bit now. You're looking at Amsterdam tomorrow night, your arch rival. You got knocked out in the second round of the playoffs. You got some really good momentum heading into that game now. Lots to build off of, and, you know, Saugerties has had lots of trouble against the Mohawks. But this is a great showing, a great start, and the vibes are high heading into a highly anticipated home opener tomorrow night.
This is exactly the start that you want to have, putting up 11 in the first game and 11 through 6 now for the Stallions. Going into Game 3 against Amsterdam tomorrow, this is the exact type of games that you want prior to a big game like this tomorrow.
McIntyre fouls that one off. Saugerties will play host to Amsterdam 3 times before the Stallions take a road trip over to Shuttleworth Park.
It's always a great watch watching Amsterdam play the Stallions.
Man, heated rivalry, and we need everyone in the area who's watching the stream to come support tomorrow night at the home opener, Cantine Field, Little League night, and I believe First Responders
night, yes it is.
As well. So lots going on at the ballpark. Here's the pitch. AJ and I will be with you for that one if you can make it at 7:05 to get you going. Right here on the Stallions YouTube channel, McIntyre works himself a walk.
Finding his way on base today for sure, Dan.
He's 2 for 2 now with that walk, making an instant impact. He's batting 1,000.
As a batter, you love to see that.
Now, back to the top of the lineup for the Stallions. Mario Trivella at the plate. Has a walk and a single in this game. Here's the pitch. That one's a strike. And just, you know, we haven't been here that long, but the stories that we've heard about how intense and how tight the matchups are with Amsterdam makes it a must-watch affair either in person or on the stream.
Can't wait for tomorrow. It's itching me to go to the game. I'm so excited, Dan.
It's going to be a great one, and once again, we'll have all the action for you, regardless of if you can be there or not, on the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. Here's the pitch. That one is outside. 1-1 count to Trivella.
Dan, bring up the fans again. You love to see it. They're still here.
The fans are here, but I'll tell you one thing, AJ. The crowd at Cantine Field going to be a lot louder, a lot more people there tomorrow night to see their Stallions in the home opener.
It's going to be a hard to beat for sure.
Here's the pitch. That one is outside, 3-1. McIntyre leads off first. Garrett gets himself set on the mound. Here's the pitch. Trivella fouls that one back. It'll be a 2-2 count. 2-2, nobody out here in the top of the 6th from Boonville.
A lot of entertainment this game, Dan. Not really a lot of slowdown time.
No, the past couple innings have gone fast. It's the first half inning, the first full inning, the 5th, where neither team has scored. Trivella gets caught looking. He's rung up on strikes. It's the first strikeout for Garrett. And now coming to bat is the man with a 2-run home run in this game, Byram Hott. Grounded out to third base last time up, looking to change that right here, right now. Once again, runner at first last time he hit the home run. Runner at first once again. See if that comes into play. Brings back some memories of a ball getting smoked to deep right field. Garrett steps off. Hott, the shortstop, out of Marist, going up against Garrett. Garrett deals. That one is ripped to second base. Pelliser over to first. He's safe. So Hott gets on the fielder's choice.
It's a way to hustle down to first, not causing the double play, allowing for your college teammate and your PGCBL teammate, Ethan Conrad, up to bat.
Now, what are we? Saugerties Slammers, Saugerties Slashers, Stallion Slashers.
There's a ton of names that we can come up with. I feel like we have to give the Stallion fans a name tomorrow on the next
Stallion
broadcast.
Superheroes. I mean, if you guys saw that video on social media, I'm pretty sure both of them said Batman, and they're delivering like Batman in these games. Conrad at the plate. He's thrown high inside, 1-0.
But we definitely got to come up with a name for tomorrow. Definitely.
We will. 2 outs in the inning. Last time that Conrad hit the home run, 2 outs in the inning as well with a runner on. Each him and Hott with a 2-run home run in this game, and Matt McIntyre also with a 3-run jack of his own. Here's the pitch by Garrett. That's fouled off to the left side. 1-2 count. Conrad fouls that one back. Stays in the 1-2 count. Runner on first. And Stallions fans watching this, if you have anybody in particular you want to hear on the Stallions podcast, let us know. We're able to get almost anybody on the team, so if there is somebody in particular you want to hear from,
let us know.
Let us know. Leave it in the chat. Send us a DM on Instagram. We'll be sure to get to them in the future. Garrett deals. That's a ball upstairs, 2-2. Conrad gets set. Here's the pitch from Garrett. That's strike 3. Rings up the NCAA triples leader. It's Conrad's first strikeout of the night. Stallions keep an 8-run lead. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back on the Stallions YouTube channel. Back here on the Stallions YouTube channel, Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. Headed into the bottom of the 6th, and this game has kind of gone a standstill since the top of the 4th, where the Stallions put up 7 runs. Since then, neither team's scoring, but the Stallions still having a very comfortable lead and playing a very comfortable game.
Now it's time to just get reps down and just solidify yourself for the game tomorrow.
Everything amounting to the game tomorrow. against Amsterdam. Of course, the Stallions' arch rival. As they'll try and avenge themselves from the playoff loss last season. Speranza deals a strike. He's pitching his third inning after coming in the bottom of the fourth. And we saw this last night, AJ, and I wonder if Jace Van Valkenburg would have gone the last 3 innings last night in Oneonta. It seems like Rich Doobie and Colin Martin are kind of splitting the pitchers up into thirds. Third of a game, third of a game, third of a game.
Like you said, it's only the second game. I think reps is a huge part of a summer collegiate baseball team.
Getting as many reps as possible. We're getting as many reps as possible here in the Pack Up broadcast booth in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 count. Up the plate. Alan Hernandez has a double and a walk so far in this game. Here's the pitch by Speranza. That one misses outside. 3-2 count. Speranza comes set. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off. Stays alive. Still 3-2.
This pitch, I would really look back in my infield and outfield just to let him make a play here.
Here's the pitch by Speranza. That one's low, and he walks the first batter he faces here in the bottom of the 6th. Hernandez's second walk of the day, and it'll bring up Hugo Kornhurst. Kornhurst, the third baseman, batting .250 this season. That's a ball, 1-0. And AJ, for the Stallions after this game, 3 straight home games before hitting the road once again. Those are games definitely want to be locked down on, open up at home with a hot start.
Hopefully the Stallion fans just heard that 3 games in a row at home, Cantine Field. No better place to play baseball than a night game at Cantine.
No better play to play, but really no better place to watch.
Oh, it's a great field.
Your own high school, Eastchester, today played on that same field. They advance to the state finals now for baseball. Pretty special thing. What was it like for you seeing them, being a former member of the team? Runner goes. This one's fouled off. He'll go back to first. What was that like for you?
Watching them do what we couldn't is a great thing to see. Watching the kids that I was their captain for, leading them, making them and molding them into players, hopefully, which I hope they still do. It's a great thing, and I'm super proud of them.
Eastchester with the 7-2 win over Wallkill earlier today. A lot of fans out. Pickoff play is safe.
I'm happy for them, for sure.
That was a tightly contested game to the end. It was 3-2 going into the top of the 6th, and then an offensive outburst by Eastchester, and the game is over.
Yeah.
This one's fouled off in the infield. Speranza's going to take it himself. 1 out in the inning.
Eastchester hasn't been that far in 30-something years, Dan.
And how about it? Not only for you, but for the whole town of Saugerties and everyone to see that at Cantine Field. Pretty special moment.
Repeating what I said before, no better place to play than Cantine Field.
And I know you're itching to get back on that field.
Oh, Dan. Itching's an understatement.
Speranza deals with 1 out in the inning. Daniel Latterman fouls that one off right behind him. He has a single and an RBI so far in this game. Speranza sets, watching the runner at first closely. He deals. Latterman swings straight through it. It's an 0-2 count.
Speranza finding the groove after walking the first batter. Got that 1 out. Pop up to himself. Easily made the play. Now on to an 0-2 count. Just finding the groove.
This one's hit up the middle. Could be a chance for 2. They only get the 1. couldn't get over to first in time, but Travella able to just flip it over, get the easy out, get the lead runner, and there's 2 out in the inning.
Nice calm 2 outs, right, Dan?
Easy. Easy, that's for sure.
Get this third out and just get the bats going again.
So with 2 outs in the inning, it's Jackson Willie Facto coming to bat. Willie Facto so far an RBI in this game, managing things behind the dish. Runner on at first is Latterman. Here's the pitch from Speranza. That's a strike. The off-speed right there gets him ahead 0-1.
Like we said, finding the groove.
Finding the groove.
Putting it over the plate.
On the field. We're finding our groove in the broadcast booth. Everything is clicking here in Boonville. That one is hit to center field. There to make the play is Ford, and the Stallions with their 4th consecutive clean inning. Saugerties coming to bat. We'll be right back here on the Stallions YouTube channel. Dan Shell with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto here from Hanson Aggregates Field in Boonville. The Stallions controlling this game 11-3 headed into the final third of this game. AJ, what's the mindset going into this final 3?
Just play calm baseball. There's no reason to go over your head and be the hero. There's no reason to be a hero. Play as a team, win as a team, and just have fun.
And now for the Lumberjacks, they've had 2 errors in that game. That ball that was booted at short. But I think the real kind of thing that you take away from this game is that throw by the catcher with the bases loaded. When the game was still somewhat close, it was 6-3, and he throws it down with the bases loaded and 2-run score. That's just an unnecessary mistake.
An unnecessary mistake, 100%. You had 2 outs, bases loaded. There's no need to throw it. Your pitcher had it kind of controlled down, settled himself in at that at-bat, and a costly mistake by the catcher on that one. But it's in the past, and you got to move on now. As a baseball player, you can't look in the past.
You cannot dwell on the past. Jarrett May at the plate for the Stallions has a single and a strikeout in this game. This pitch is looped up in shallow outfield. Able to bring it in there is the right fielder, Jay Miller. One out in the inning. Quick work of May by Garrett. And now to the plate is Jean-Michael Coelho. Has a stolen base and a walk in this game. That pitch misses down low. You know, AJ, I'm really kind of growing to the Boonville way of watching a PGCBL game.
Yeah, we got here and we were a little confused, I think, not knowing where, to originally set up. But I think, honestly, everything worked out to par. And
I totally agree, but I mean, just pulling up your car and then being able to sit in the trunk and watch a beautiful Stallions baseball game, what's better than that?
It's definitely a great idea. I mean, any Stallions fans, possible date night idea, watching Boonville.
That's a pretty far date, though, if you ask me. It's a pretty big hike.
Yeah, I forgot about it. I forgot how far it was for a quick second.
But still a good idea. Garrett comes set. Here's the pitch. Coelho is able to foul it off. 3-1. One out here in the top of the seventh. This top of the seventh is sponsored by Clapper, providing innovative and practical engineering solutions. Garrett's set. Here's the pitch. Inside, and he works himself a walk. So a walk for John Michael Coelho. It's his second of the game, and that'll bring the hot bat of Zach Anderson to the plate, who has a double and an RBI in this game.
First game starting, like you mentioned before, Dan, putting bat to ball. Obviously, I think was his mentality coming into this game, and he did just that last at bat with the double.
You know, I don't know about you. We of course both played in high school, and we were both hitters. When you just you have the vision of just the ball hitting the bat, it makes it so much easier when you actually go up to the plate. If you just imagine it in your head of the ball just hitting the bat in the zone.
As a batter, I think you kind of don't really see the ball hit, like the bat hitting the ball. It just kind of just happens so quick. You know, you're swinging, you're trying to time it up, you're trying to level your bat up to the ball to get the best possible launch angle. I think that, you know, as a batter, you're not like, oh, ball, ball, ball. I kind of just relied on my swing, relied on my head staying in the at-bat, and just letting the bat go with the ball.
Coelho advances to second on the passed ball. We'll count that as a wild pitch.
What about you, Dan? Tell me about that. Did you have the same idea?
For me, it was more just, stay disciplined in my at-bats. I wasn't, of course, a huge power guy, but anytime I could just envision the ball hitting the bat and just, like we say all the time, put the ball in play. That's all I tried to do going up there as a hitter. And it's clearly working for the Stallions team.
Definitely is.
Garrett sets. Runner at second is Coelho. Here's the pitch. Outside. 2-1. Anderson going up against Coelho, against Garrett, and both their first starts, and Anderson gets plunked.
Now we have man on first and second, Dan, with one out, and we saw what the Stallions could do with runners in scoring position today. Do you think that they're going to repeat it right now? I mean, man on first and second, one out. Pitcher trying to get back into his groove, and coach goes to call a timeout.
Seems like there could be a pitching change here on the mound. Or might just be trying to settle down Garrett a little bit. Batter due up for the Stallions is Justin Ford, the center fielder. So no pitching change. Garrett will stay on the bump. And coming to face him is the center fielder, Justin Ford, who has a single and a ground out in this game. 11-3 here from Boonville. Dan Shalom and AJ DiBenedetto with you. It's turning into a cool, crisp night in Boonville. A crisp night that has been lit on fire by the Stallions offense. There's a strike.
Throwing a strike right out of the timeout. You can see the coach obviously said some meaningful things to the pitcher, getting him right back into the groove.
Garrett still hasn't given up a run since he's come into this game, but faces some trouble with runners at first and second. Coelho and Anderson being the guys on first and second. That ball is fouled to the right side. 0-2 count. Ford, the Roxbury, New Jersey native, plays his college ball at Seton Hall, trying to give the Stallions a little bit more insurance. Pitches down and away, 1-2.
Stallions just have to do the same thing they've been doing. Put the ball in play, man, on first and second now, you see.
Ball put in play, just like you said, AJ. That play is bobbled there by the first baseman Hernandez, and coming around to score is Coelho. Moving to third is Anderson. And just like you said, put the ball in play, good things happen, and
good things definitely happen. Like you saw, ran it out 100%, got there, and allowed Coelho to round third and make it home right there, making it a 12-3 game, Dan.
Now if the Stallions score one more run, and then the Lumberjacks come to bat next inning, and they don't score, Stallions would win by mercy rule for the second straight night in a row. They have a chance to extend the lead to 10. One out here in the top of the seventh, excuse me. Anthony Marcano at the dish has an RBI single in this game, reached on an E6 earlier. Perfect chance to put this game to bed and get the Stallions home early. You'll see it on our social media tomorrow morning. We asked the guys over under and getting home before 12:50 tonight, a 3-hour drive out here to Boonville. And right now, that line seems like it's going to be hitting very under. One guy who said under? Ethan Conrad.
The only guy out of every person to walk by that we recorded, he's the only one to announce an under. And I think he might be right.
We shall see. It depends on this bat right now from Marcano, battling in a 1-2, one out here in the top of the seventh. The Stallions have put up another run of insurance. It's a 12-3 game. Garrett comes set. Here's the pitch. That's a ball. 2-2. Garrett comes set once again. Marcano trying to end this game early for the Stallions. Here's the pitch. He swings straight through it, strike three. Garrett's second strikeout of the night. And there's two out, still with runners at first and third. Ben Williams coming to the plate, the left fielder. Still a great opportunity to knock home another run. Here's the pitch. The gas goes straight by him. 0-1.
You can hear that glove pop from over here, Dan. That was loud.
Definitely some velo on that fastball. Anderson lurking over at third. Count goes to 0-2. A 12-3 game here in the top of the seventh. Dan Shalom, AJ DiBenedetto giving you all the action from the Pack Up broadcast booth. Williams comes set, trying to get out of this jam he's put himself into. Ball hit to the left side is foul. Oh, 2 count. Garrett one strike away from getting himself out of the jam.
If I'm Garrett, this is a must strike for me, not putting my team in the position to having to score a run.
Garrett deals. This one's outside. 1-2. This is a very, very big at bat. even though it might not seem like it if the Lumberjacks want to stay in this game.
Yeah, this is a bat and run that decides if they have to fight to play another inning.
Here's the pitch by Garrett. Put in play to the shortstop, Sorty. Sorty throws to first, and the Stallions will stay with the 9-run lead. 1 hit, 1 run in the top of the 7th. We'll stay right here for the 7th inning stretch. You're watching the Saugerties Stallions YouTube channel. Back here in the bottom of the 7th, Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto from Boonville. Stallions leading 12-3. Added a run for insurance last inning, and now in the bottom of the 7th, we'll keep Speranza out there as they try and battle some more. Ball hit to center field. No problem for Ford. He's got it for out number 1. Coming to the dish now, back at the top of the lineup, Ethan Acevedo. Here's the pitch. This one grounded to third, over to May at first, and it's 2 quick outs for the Stallions here in the bottom of the 7th.
Just a beautiful play by Marcano, just taking his time, getting the ball, and just a nice throw to Jarrett May.
2 outs in the inning. That'll bring up Carter Sorty, the shortstop. Has an error on his line tonight, along with a single and 2 stolen bases. Speranza's first pitch is a ball. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Things starting to wind down in Boonville. Here's the pitch. That's a strike.
Way to just settle himself back there, 2-0 count, 2 outs. Take a deep breath and just throw some strikes.
Back-to-back strikes by Speranza, and he's got a 2-2 count here with 2 out in the bottom of the 7th. That pitch is a ball outside, full count, 3-2 with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, Speranza got him. His second strikeout holds Boonville to nothing in the bottom of the 7th. We head to the top of the 8th. Stallions leading by 8. Back in Boonville, Dan Shallon with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto and a very special guest, Jenna Yeager. Jenna, I said your last name wrong, Jenna Yeager. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. You were just sitting by the broadcast booth. You were a Boonville native, and with this being a blowout, we thought we'd get someone that knows a little bit more about this town, the Stallions' first trip ever up here. So what should our fans at home know about Boonville?
Boonville, it's kind of like a small town. Everybody kind of knows each other. It's very like everybody knows each other. Everybody gets along with each other. It's a very close-knit community. It's quite fun to be a part of.
So how long you yourself have you been watching baseball?
Baseball? I've been watching baseball my whole life, actually. My brother played baseball in high school, so I always went to his games to support him.
There you go.
Yeah.
You go to Hilbert College in Hamburg, New York. We are both Syracuse guys, so near you, close by in Buffalo.
Yep.
Is this your first Boonville Lumberjacks game?
No, actually, I supported the Lumberjacks a lot last year.
So what's one thing our fans should know about the Lumberjacks?
The Lumberjacks, they're a very hard-working team. They're very, good players. They are very communicative. They work well together, so.
And just knowing these guys for not too long, I mean, it's hard to be like a good team and know each other to the best of their abilities, but I think every team in the PGCBL is trying their best to gather some chemistry and have some fun.
Yeah.
This ball's popped up. Shallow right field. Scaling back there was Miller. He's got it no problem, and there's 1 out here in the top of the 8th. That was Matt McIntyre, who's had a day. AJ, quite the day with the 3-1 home run and the double.
Possibly the player of the day here today.
Possibly the player of the day. We go back to the top of the lineup, Mario Trivella, who had a home run last game. Now, Jen, I got to ask you, as people who are not natives to Boonville, if I ever come to Boonville again, as this ball is hit by Trivella into the left center field gap, taken down no problem by Latterman, where should I go in Boonville? What's the thing to do in Boonville? What am I doing?
That's a really good question. Honestly, these games are a really good thing to go to in Boonville. As you can see from looking up top and in the bleachers, there's a lot of people who come to support the Lumberjacks.
Have you done that before? I was a big AJ and I were talking about this before. I'm a big fan of pulling up the cars and then just watching the game.
It's always been like that. Even when I would come to watch my brother play baseball in high school, everybody would just park their cars like that and sit and basically tailgate and watch baseball games.
What's better than that?
Yeah.
Byram Hott at the plate. The shortstop has a 2-run home run in this game. Now, Jenna, I want to ask you, if I don't come in the summertime,
Okay.
what should I do?
Well, we get a lot of snow up here, so I would recommend going out and kind of just like being in the snow, snowshoeing, snowmobiling. People love snowmobiling up here.
Being native from Syracuse, we see snow a lot
All the
too.
time.
So snow is nothing new to us.
A new pitcher on the mound for the Lumberjacks is number 1 Daniel Paton, who's pitched 2 clean batters so far out of Holy Trinity. And he finishes the inning clean. Jenna, thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast. It was a pleasure, and we hope you tune in throughout the season. Stallions coming to bat in the bottom of the 8th. Lumberjacks coming to bat. AJ, we need to go to commercial break. We'll be right back. Bottom of the 8th here from Boonville. Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. AJ, I'm having trouble talking here down the stretch.
After you say my last name so many times,
it
gets hard.
To be honest, you even messed up your own name on the social video last night. It's not just me.
It took me a few tries to get my last name. It was a long game, like this one. 12-3 we have.
12-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Stallions looking to close this one out. And there's a new pitcher on the mound for Saugerties. New pitcher is number 13, Ben Keefe, the rising junior out of Sandy Spring, Maryland. Radford University product, plays in the Big South. This past year as a sophomore, pitched 8.2 innings, gave up 16 hits, 12 runs, 12 earned, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts, 4 home runs, which led him to an ERA of 12.46. So lots to prove this summer.
Yeah, lots to prove, but I'm curious to see what he's going to do this inning. Starting off with the lefty, like we said before, short right field, lefty-lefty.
Here's the pitch by Keefe, lefty-lefty, like you said, AJ, and he gets ahead on the batter, Jax Miller, the right fielder. Miller flew out to second base last time out. And he's down 0-2 quickly here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch by Keefe, and it's a 3-pitch strikeout to start his Stallions debut.
Those were 3 beautiful pitches. He had to chase all 3 of those. As a lefty, chasing a possible slider or changeup inside and low is a very hard task to do because I had to do it back in my day, and I hated lefties. And I loved when the righties pitched.
I don't blame you. I was a big fan of when the lefties pitched as a righty. So Keefe gets his first strikeout of his Stallions career. This one is hit up the middle. It's a base hit. Joseph Damas gets his first base hit of the night, the DH, after striking out in his past 2 trips.
That was a beautiful shot up the middle. That was smoked.
So man on here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 out. Coming to the plate is number 34, Alan Hernandez. Hernandez with 2 walks and a double so far in this game. Here's the pitch. This one's down and away, 1-0.
Hernandez definitely seeing the brunt of the getting on base today. 3 times, like you said, 2 walks and a double. Impressive.
2 for 2 today. Or sorry, 1 for 1 with the 2 walks. Swing straight through that one. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch by Keefe. It's fouled off to the right side, right by us. And it's a 1-2 count. Runner on first is DeMass. Here's the pitch by Keefe. Just missed. 2-2.
Keefe looking super comfortable on the mound right now, except for that shot up the middle, giving constant strikes right now.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. This one down in the dirt, 3-2. And AJ, if you're, let's see. We apologize for that slight interruption right there on a little bit of technical difficulties, but Stallions stern the double play right there. An easy one for them. And we're headed to the 9th inning. Stallions coming to bat. We'll be right back in 30 seconds here on the Stallions YouTube channel. Nearly closing time here in Boonville, 9th inning. Dan Challen with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto as our stream just cut out. The Stallions turn a great double play. And speaking of double plays, you got to double your service. Double play with Sawyer Savings Bank, the official sponsor of double plays throughout the season for the Stallions. Now, AJ, 9th inning, you're looking ahead to tomorrow. The team is feeling good. The Amsterdam Mohawks also played tonight. I think the feeling around the team is right now, we're feeling really good. But you can't have high expectations or high ego headed into a very tough opponent tomorrow.
Baseball is a game where it could change every single day. It's a game with so many factors, so many different responsibilities by each player, and there's 9 of them on the field. So every day, it's a different day. So we just got to hope for the same day for the Stallions tomorrow against Amsterdam.
You hope so. One guy that could help them tomorrow, no doubt, is Ethan Conrad, who has a 2-run home run in this game and is at the dish right now. The pitch to Conrad, that one is high and outside. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. That one is outside. 3-0. The home run, or sorry, not the home run, the triple that Conrad rocked in Oneonta last night was on a 3-0 count. And that's something that pitchers have to be extremely careful of. This guy works extremely hard at the dish. He's not going to let himself get into, a 1-2, 0-2 count. He's going to make the pitcher work. When you get to that 3-0, like the pitcher just said, you got to throw a quality strike.
The quality strike, yeah, we just saw a strike when they're making it 3-1. But Conrad's the type of guy that's going to find his pitch. You don't see him chasing a lot. He's going to swing with all of his might.
Like you just saw.
Like we just saw. And he's going to take control of the ball that's coming into him. So we're going to see that right now with Conrad up.
Daniel Paton on the mound for the Lumberjacks, his second inning of work. Here's the pitch. Conrad smokes it to the right side, and he'll have a single to start the top of the 9th.
Dan, we just mentioned he's going to find the pitch he likes. That was smoked.
That was smoked. Now, Conrad tonight has a fly out, a ground out, or sorry, excuse me, I'm reading Byram Hot. Conrad tonight has a K, a 2-run home run, and now that single. For me, AJ, with this being the last inning that the Stallions are going to hit as Jared May gets plunked. I'm feeling as if the player of the game is Matt McIntyre with a double and a 3-run bomb.
It's hard to just go skip over that, you know. That's a great...
Especially not playing a game yet.
Yeah, first game with a 3-run home run like you just said, and a scorching double. It's hard to just go past that. You can't, you know. And we just saw May get hit for the second time today, if I'm correct.
You are right with that. So the Stallions threatening once again in this 12-3 ball game in the top of the ninth. At the dish, Gianmichael Coelho has 2 walks in this game and a stolen base, along with a strikeout. I think also in that same conversation, Zach Anderson, the catcher, his first start as well, had a great game.
Yeah, I loved seeing the new guys that haven't played yesterday come out today and prove themselves that they deserve to be the Saugerties Stallions.
3 home runs by 3 different players in this game as well. Headlines the entire affair. But nearly all the guys 1 through 10 have been hitting.
Anyone that gets up right now, I could see them poking the ball anywhere. And that's a great thing to say on the outside of the fields.
Here's the pitch. That one is outside, 2-2. Stallions with runners at first and second here in the top of the ninth. Pitch is outside, full count. Paton just trying to settle in. 3-2 count, nobody out, with runners on first and second. Conrad leading May. See if Coelho can bring him home. Ball is put in play, and it's a single to shallow center field. Conrad comes around to score. May advances to second, and the Stallions have taken a 10-run lead here in the top of the ninth.
Did you just see how fast Ethan Conrad just rounded around third? He got to home before the ball even got in the glove in center field. Wow.
Truly a special talent. Coelho's first RBI as a Stallion. And it's a 10-run lead heading into the conclusion of this game. Still nobody out with runners at first and second.
Dan, I hate to mention, a few innings ago we talked about the over-under for 1250 by home, which we talked about the players with.
This ball is hit to shortstop, and having trouble with it is Sorty. That's his second error of the game. He booted that one earlier.
Yeah.
2 errors for Sorty. And very quickly, the Stallions have the bases loaded. So you sit back here and you think, the base is loaded, nobody out. It's the worst position to be in baseball. Literally anything put in play, if not thrown home, is a run.
Most definitely.
Coming to the plate is the catcher, Zach Anderson. Or no, excuse me. Anderson was the one that had the hit. It is Justin Ford who got on the error last time by the first baseman. Ground out to short along with a K so far in this game. Perfect time for a hit.
Most definitely the perfect time for the hit. Got 3 of your teammates on base.
Ford in his first game starting for the Stallions, playing center. He's made a couple nice diving grabs in the field tonight.
Most definitely. Getting to the ball, running like a gazelle.
I love mobile players. Just makes the fielding so much easier for the pitcher. Here's the pitch, put in play, and that's another base hit. It's going to be a 2 RBI single. And the Stallions have a 15-3 lead. Ford gets his first hit of the day. 2 RBIs in that hit as well. And it's all Saugerties here in Boonville.
Yeah, what a great hit by Ford. Finding the opening right there and allowing 2 of his teammates to get right on home.
Anthony Marcano to the plate now, had an RBI single his last time up. The UMass Lowell product. And Patton has really gotten beat up here in this 9th inning after keeping it clean in the 8th.
Yeah.
Still nobody out in the inning. Anderson at second, Ford at first, with Marcano at the plate. Here's the pitch. That one's outside 2-0. I mean, you want to talk about a hot start to the season, AJ? I think scoring 26 runs in your first 2 games is pretty good.
26 runs in your first 2 games is more than good. That's unbelievable. A lot of teams don't score that in a 5-game stretch. Talk about a 2-game stretch.
The ideal start for the Stallions to their 2024 campaign. Marcano settles into the box. Looking to drive some more Stallions runners home. That's a strike. 3-1. So, AJ, I was reading this article in the New York Times about 2 days ago, and it talked about how all these, minor league teams are creating, different identities for themselves with the Trash Pandas, the Jersey City Diners, all these different teams. As Marcano loops this one to shallow left field. Under it is Latterman. And it's all about, driving attendance to the ballpark.
Yeah.
And I really took away from it. I was like, wow, the Stallions are a prime example of this small town type of baseball where they're bringing fans to the ballpark every single night. And it just resonated with me that, maybe making things a little bit more fun, a little bit more relaxed, enhances the fan experience, but still doesn't take away from the integrity of baseball at the core of it.
No, definitely not. Having a small town with a big baseball team that just loves to play and go out there and keep the fans in check and, give them a good night, you can't get more than that. And I think that's the name that the Stallions are making for themselves and what they've had for themselves,
I mean, you and I showed up here about 2 weeks ago, and we were told, hey, Saugerties is a baseball town. This is a baseball town. People are going to know who you are. People here love baseball. And I think we've seen that through and through, and I think we're going to see it tomorrow night when the Stallions take the field for their home opener.
Can't wait to see the Stallions fans at Cantine Field cheering on the most hopefully 2-0 Stallions.
I mean, it would be quite the disastrous fall if they managed to blow a 12-run lead here in the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, but I don't want to jinx it, man. I'm gonna say hopefully.
Coach coming out to talk to his pitcher. Not really sure what's happening here. I can't imagine the Lumberjacks are calling a pitching change here with a 15-3 game, 1 out in the top of the 9th. I mean, to be honest with you, what are you talking about out there? It's a 12-run game in the top of the 9th. Let's get this going.
It's a 12-run game. I think coach is just telling him, hey, let him put it into play. Make the plays. And then let's get up at bat. Let's make a statement. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop trying, stop working. It's got to get them right back into the right mindset again.
Definitely need to get them back into the right mindset. I mean, for the Lumberjacks, they're most likely here going to start 0-2 to start their season after falling at Watertown 7-3 last night. And this has not been an encouraging performance past the 2nd inning.
Most definitely not.
So I think for them, it's more just regroup and try and refocus. Pitch there is a ball. Another ball dealt and another walk. So bases loaded once again with one out here in the top of the ninth. And AJ, you know who's up to bat right now?
Who?
The player of the game, Matt McIntyre.
Let's see what he could do here. His bases loaded, right? Oh, wow. Bases loaded.
Bases loaded, one out, and a guy who's hit a 3-run bomb in this game along with a double has a walk as well, batting 1,000 right now for the Stallions.
He has a chance to add on to the beautiful campaign of a day that he just had.
McIntyre grounds this one to third. Going to be a tough play for Conehorst. He can't get it. And McIntyre has himself an RBI single.
Like we said, adding on to a great day of baseball for Matt McIntyre.
So for McIntyre, just to summarize now, a 3-run home run, a double, a single, triple shy of the cycle. He's not going to have the time to do it, unfortunately. And 4 RBIs, along with a walk. Quite the day at the office.
Quite definitely the day for him.
And that's also the Stallions. He's batting 10th.
Yeah.
He's the extra hitter in this game. He's not even the DH.
I think that coach is definitely seeing some great things right now by Matt McIntyre. And I don't know if I could see it, but I think I see a smile over there.
Well, you'll certainly see a smile when we interview him after the game. Most definitely, the Stallions player of the game tonight. Back at the top of the line, Mario Trivella digging in at the dish with one out. Bases are still loaded. This top half of the ninth is sponsored by Lots of Bagels. AJ, you say we're hungry. Why don't we stuff a bagel in our face and have a better day?
Hey, nothing better than a bagel.
Nothing better than a Lots of Bagels.
Oh,
bagel.
100% Lots of Bagels.
A 4-run top of the ninth here for the Stallions. The bases are still loaded with one out. 16-3 ball game. Trivella pops this one up to the left side. Shortstop tracking back, and that one will fall foul. It has not been Carter Sorty's night over there at short, I'll tell you that much. That ball was still in the yard, too. It didn't actually leave, so he could have made that play.
I thought it went over the yard.
No, it was still in.
Oh, wow.
2 errors.
Like, it is only the second game, getting the jitters out and everything, but not the greatest night.
You still want to see more out of your shortstop for sure. But early on in the season, here's Trivella. Ball's high and away, 2-2. Paton having real struggles here in this ninth. Here's the pitch. Trivella grounds this one to third. Going to step on the back there is Conehorst. And there's 2 out in the inning. A run will score, so it's a sack RBI ground out. And the Stallions are up 17-3. And now coming up is the man with the home run tonight, but since then has gone a little bit quiet, Byram Hott. He's got runners at first and second. Here with 2 outs in the top of the ninth. 17-3. I mean, 28 runs now in your first 2 games.
Truly impressive, honestly.
I think, again, AJ, it speaks back to the chemistry you were talking about.
Yeah.
But they haven't been together that long.
They haven't been together. You're 100% right, but just looking at this team from 1 to 9 to... Oh, wow.
That ball is smoked to left field. going back on it. It's off the bottom of the wall. Travella advances to third. A run came around to score, and it's a stand-up double for Byram Hott here in the top of the ninth.
We were talking, and that just that happened.
Lead is extended to 15 now.
So now instead of 28, let's change it to 29.
29. A RBI double for Byram Hott. He's making a late push to be the player of the game here. But, AJ, I'll tell you this much. If Ethan Conrad hits a home run right here, he's the player of the game.
We have to give it to him. It's impossible not to.
Oh, that one's off the first baseman. It's in play. 2 runs will come around to score, and it's an RBI single for Ethan Conrad.
Wow.
That ball was hit hard.
The first baseman, I think, took a step back before catching it because that was insanely hard hit. Wow.
So that's 4 RBIs on the night for Conrad now. 3 on the night for Byram Hott. This Maris duo is buzzing. 20 runs put up on the board for the Stallions. They now have 31 runs in their first 2 games. It's their highest scoring inning. It's an 8-run top of the ninth, and they are just pouring it on like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, they have not stepped off the gas pedal since the first inning where they put up 2 runs. And, thanks to Byram Hott, and it has not stopped since now we're at the top of the ninth, and we have scored 8 runs. Stallions don't stop.
The Stallions truly not stopping at all. It's quite the impressive performance. Coming out here, a 3-hour bus ride. You think the guys may be a little tired, but that hasn't fazed them at all. They've been as loose as possible as May hits one to center field. This one is going to be off the base of the wall. Is it out of here? No. AJ, it was caught. We're just so excited about the amount of runs that the Stallions are scoring. I just want to see them keep jacking it up. We're at the 20 mark.
Yeah.
Give me more. But, unfortunately, that's where the runs will stop. Saugerties puts up an 8-run top of the ninth. The Lumberjacks coming back for last licks. We'll be right back. Back here in the Pack-Up broadcast booth, Dan Challen with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. As things are winding down here in Boonville, 20-3 game, I think it's safe to say that the Stallions are going to improve to 2-0 on the season. And, AJ was just mocking me just now for not bringing a sweatshirt, yet I'm the one that actually did bring a sweatshirt, and he's the one that does not have a sweatshirt, so
yeah.
You can go cold while I'm warm.
I should have looked in the backpack first, looking for the sweatshirt before I opened my mouth.
Unnecessary hate. Bottom of the ninth, the first full game that the Stallions have played, as last night was ended by mercy rule. This would have been ended by mercy rule if the Stallions got to 13 any time past the 4th inning. Or, sorry, 7th inning. There's a strike on to close out the game. He's pitched the past 2 innings. Ben Keefe, he's kept it clean. No runs since the 2nd inning for the Lumberjacks. This one is hit to right field. Falls right into the breadbasket there of Coelho. And there's one out here in the bottom of the ninth. I mean, AJ, you've been a part of some great teams in high school. What does a 2-0 start where you're putting up this many runs mean to the squad?
The 2-0 start is a great start. That's the first thing I'm going to say, but it can also be diminishing because you think, hey, I'm 2-0, 30 runs. You still got to buckle down against a huge rival tomorrow. I don't want these 30 runs to subside about the huge competition coming tomorrow. And I don't think the Stallions will do that, but from experience in high school, some people just let off the gas. The Stallions have to stay on the gas going into tomorrow.
Huge game tomorrow. Make sure to stay with us here on the Stallions YouTube. 7:05 p.m. start. We'll have you with a little pregame at 7. Strike 3 there by Keefe. He's made light work of the Lumberjacks, and they're down to the last out of this game. And, of course, show up if you can. If you're local in the area, come to Cantine Field. It's going to be a great night. The Saugerties Stallions home opener. You're not going to want to miss it, and if you can't be there, we'll be here with you on the stream, AJ and I, tomorrow at 7:05. Last out of the game here in Boonville, and what has just been a massacre of the Lumberjacks. They've taken the chainsaw on the Lumberjacks logo and turned it on themselves.
Oh, that's funny.
This one is hit to left field, and that'll end the game. Williams is there to end it for the Stallions. A 20-3 victory, your final score from Boonville. The Stallions improved to 2-0 on the season. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Saugerties home opener at Cantine Field. Until then, for Dan Shalom and AJ DiBenedetto, peace out.